Hello, everybody. It's Charlie with 4BZ Truth. I'm on baby duty and making some breakfast, so what better time to make a quick rant? Um, Man, there's a lot of stuff happening that I want to talk about, but where do I begin? Uh, I think I'm going to address the fact that the media and the presidency has basically promoted that this is going to be a dark winter. I liken that to the pandemic, which very well could be the issue. But I also think that the dark winter is really just pointing out that we, I'm a true believer that the the first, or I'll just say it, screw self, censorship. Uh, and again, for those of you who are not aware, I am on my last leg as far as willingness to do self censorship. Honestly, I would rather cut the cord, but I know that I have about 3,700 people that subscribe to my channel, and I want to, hey bud, I want to, you know, have you guys follow me over to BitChute or Library, but honestly, I haven't really been posting anything on Library yet. I just kind of follow a few channels, but BitChute, I'm starting to become more active on, and honestly, I would rather spend my time there. The only problem is sometimes it takes a while for the videos to process. The shorter videos aren't so bad, or even the ones that are like this, where I just talk, and those post within a few hours, it seems like. But the one of the documentaries that got deleted from YouTube is um, still processing after like 2 or 3 days, so it's taking a while. So there are pros and cons, but as far as freedom is concerned, I think what it comes down to is BitChute needs to get more funding. They kind of operate on donations. I don't see any advertisements or anything like that. So there are some advertisements. There's some little banners that I've seen, but for the most part, everything operates on money, and that kind of gets into the dark winter. I think that a lot of things that are starting to shift in the world are kind of pointing toward the currency issue that we're going to be having. I mean, they've been frivolously spending money. I looked up, um, you know, government spending over, well, the national debt is what it is. And I kind of saw there's like national debt.org or .com. I forget exactly what the website is, but um, it literally shows um, how much our country has spent. Not only have they ramped up over the last, 15 or like 20 years or so, or even it's just gotten worse. It's like a snowball effect of spending. Hey, my little guy's looking at me. Hey, go put your pants on. Anyways, um, so, but one of the things that I wanted to point out on the spending is that I think it's like $220,000 per person in debt. I can't imagine spending that much in credit, let alone actually qualifying for that line of credit. Yet my government has spent that for me on taxes, and now I'm on the hook for it. Not just that, but my kids are on the hook for it. Um, I don't even think that it was ever intended to be paid back. And the reason our country in the United States has been spending so much is because they are the ringleaders of implementing this world domination or world order. And without the United States, they couldn't implement it. You want me to look? Oh my goodness! Hold on. Look at what Theo did. He figured out how to make a little propeller on his little drill, his little play drill. So cool, bud. Good job. So, anyways, now if you guys are just kind of, if you like to poo poo and troll the concept of a new world order, which I hate saying it because, to be honest with you, not only does it shadow ban and prevent my video from getting out to anybody, but it causes people, or causes the wiki thing to come up that identifies what that actually is. And I'm realizing that self-censorship is mainly so that we can actually get the word out to people, because we have to fight the algorithm. But what happened? Oh no, go put it back. Put that propeller back. So, but the thing with self-censorship is, like, we have to play their game in order to be, able to speak freely, which is, I don't even want to freaking play their game anymore. If there's a platform that offers, hey, turn that back on. If there's a platform that offers, hey, stop it, don't do that. If there's a platform that offers free speech, why would you not want to gravitate toward that? That's kind of where I'm at, but obviously it's going to take a rebuilding process to get people to come over where I'm at. But I guess I'm not too worried about it, considering I get more views on that anyway, with only 24 subscribers. Move your hand. Move your hand. I don't want to squish it. Yeah, so there's, it's, the algorithm's more favorable for me, even with just a few videos. So, not to say that I don't want to reach people on YouTube. What it comes down to is most of the people I reach are the ones that are basically my family, the ones that are constantly there with me all the time. And it's preaching to the choir. It is an echo chamber here for me, because I'm preaching to the choir. Most of the people that are going to jump on this video are going to say, it's Charlie's video. Let's hear what he has to say today. And, you guys are going to either agree with me, or maybe I'll say something you'll disagree with. But it's like you guys keep coming back. And honestly, I appreciate that. And I feel like a lot of you have already gone over to BitChute or my Contemplating the Cosmos channel. And, that's the other thing, is I kind of wanted to, build up my Contemplating the Cosmos YouTube channel. But really, in the interest of preserving my other research, I guess you could say, which is, like near-death experiences and just the deep, fringy topics of science and whatever. I like those topics, and they don't necessarily drive with the politics and but really they don't. It's not that they don't jive with it. I think that this spiritual thing that's happening manifests on a physical level, and that's what you see in politics. So I think that, that's kind of my focus on Contemplating the Cosmos, is a spiritual level thing. So with that said, I think that they actually do work together. So people don't understand the correlation sometimes, and that's kind of why I'm here. I'm leading people to the correlation between the physical and the spiritual. And more I'm realizing that, when they do these rituals like the inauguration, because that's basically what it is. It's a freaking pagan ritual of becoming a god, according to some of the sources that I've listened to. Which, is that true? I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of, see, it goes back to, like, what's reliable news, and I've been talking a lot to people about that lately. There was a lady at work she seems like a libtard, like complete liberal, Like, I hate Fox News, they're all crooks or whatever, and I don't disagree on one level, but at the same time, they're the only ones willing to talk about the fraud that took place and, all that other stuff, and they're willing to expose certain things. But I honestly think that they're given a certain level of ability to do certain things, and they just do it to keep the conservatives around in the deception. Jesus said that a little bit of yeast will corrupt a loaf, and you know, corruption can be very easy to not detect. I mean, you could actually see it if you're looking for it, but sometimes if you're not looking for it, you won't see it. So a little bit of yeast can corrupt a loaf. Really just says if you know how to make bread, you just take a little tiny bit of yeast and it will cause the bread to rise. So it literally infiltrates in the whole of the bread. And if you have a little bit of corruption, it'll infest the whole of the government. And that's exactly what Jesus was saying. And it's not just the government as in politics, like on a physical level or a national level. It's actually politics on the level of the principalities and powers. Because, gosh, if you think about it, that's what Daniel said. Daniel chapter 8, I believe. It was talking about the rulers and principalities and powers that were the spiritual rulers that were basically working through the kings of the earth. And which is pretty profound when you consider, I think that this if Satan is the ruler of this earth. Oh yeah, you got a cool tool. That's pliers, bud. So the ruler of this world is Satan, or the adversary. And again, if you look at a lot of this stuff in terms of metaphor, I feel like there's a metaphor of evil. And I actually, I've been listening to like Max Egan quite a bit, and he's on BitChute. I almost want to link over to the video I just saw. I wanted to repost it on here, but I could guarantee it's going to get deleted, and my channel is probably going to get deleted with it. I'm not ready to just belligerently post a video I know is going to get deleted, because that's a waste of my time, and it's probably only going to last for like a day or two. Granted, I'm realizing that doing live streams and then deleting them could be effective too, because it doesn't hit the algorithm. It's really just speaking to the people who see the live stream. Once it processes, then it sinks into the algorithm, and then they can control kind of how the video is seen, or shadow banned or whatever. So, but these are the things that are on my mind, and I feel like we have to do something, or we're just going to sink deeper into the dark winter that we're not just entering, we're already in. But I just feel like I don't want to be doom and gloom, but honestly, all I can think of is, I'm the end times watchman. Ezekiel talks about, if you see a sword coming down on the land and you don't see, and you don't warn the people, then their blood is on your head. I I'm lamenting right now over what's happening in the world. I'm lamenting because I can see that there's a takeover. I can see that people are just pacified with Hollywood, and they're pacified with sports, and they're pacified with indoctrination, because really they're just going to defend it. They're going to defend what they've learned up to this point. And I'm realizing that what I have learned, up to, I kind of just realized recently that I don't watch football anymore. I don't even care about it. And, The crazy thing is, I used to be pretty adamant about watching college football because I cared about what it was saying. But now I realize that a lot of what's happening in the world is just indoctrination and pacification. They just want to keep us pacified so that we don't pay attention. There's nothing better to pacify somebody than to divide and create a civil war. If there's a civil war, or people fight against each other, or the war of ideologies, if the ideologies are, um, you know, clashing all the time, then we're not paying attention to what's going on higher levels. And just, I think the government is the face of what's happening, but there's something much more deep and sinister behind the government. And everybody knows, like, what they call the shadow government, or even, the spiritual the realm that is controlling it. That's kind of where I'm at. If you guys have any thoughts or questions about it, you're welcome to message me. I'll try to get back to you. Sometimes I see the message, but I don't have the ability to respond to it right away. But I'm more than happy to go back and read some of them and respond, even if it's a few days later. So just know that. I guess I'll leave it at that right now. I don't want this to go too long, and breakfast is getting done, so I gotta get going. All right, guys, love you very much, and keep hope and faith. And we need to build each other up in this time. We're being driven underground, and conservatism is now. I almost said tyranny, but that's not what it is. It's terrorist. It's a terrorist act to be a conservative. So at least that's what the media is selling. So at least one side of it. The other side saying, "Oh, it's okay to be a conservative because it's the other guys that are the problem." That's the division right there. So and it all goes back to our consent. So if we consent to what's happening, we're basically making our own bed. Anyways, all right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.